All right. I think we're good. Hello and welcome to Grimlight Games. I'm your host, Grimmy, and today we're going to be checking out all the submissions we got for We Be Jammin' number 9. This was an exciting one for us. We're trying something a little bit new. We're introducing a panel of gamer judges who are going to be checking out these submissions and reviewing them as well. But of course, we're still going to do the usual thing where we go ahead and do a blind playthrough of each game, give some feedback, and have some laughs and some fun along the way. One of the first things you might notice is we've got some new splash art for our background. This is great. It has been a long time coming trying to update and get some new art going. Now all I have to worry about is the thumbnails for everything, but we'll get to that eventually. One-man operation. You know how it is. But anyways, guys, let's dive right into it so we don't waste any time. So we've got 7 entries that we're going to be playing through today. Every single entry is a newcomer to our community, so this will be exciting as well. We've got some people who are on their second and first jams, as well as some pretty established devs who decided to drop some stuff for us to check out. So this should be really, really exciting. Okay, what do we got first? First up, we've got the Omni Precinct, submitted to us by Petrify Guy. Yep, Petrify Guy. Good, I did say that right. Okay, let's see. So what do we got going on here? This is a solo project, freshly made assets, and this is their second jam. So we've got a really nice thumbnail here. We've got some in-game pics. The next thing we're going to do, we're just going to pop open the itch page here so we can do a little bit of a deeper dive. All right. An adventure spanning time and space. You are Alex Shannon, a person who has next to no attachments to their original time period. After being saved by the mysterious detective, they ask to work together to ensure time progresses as it should. Do I detect some Doctor Who here? Very interesting. Okay, cool. This is a demo. This level is made to show off a few mechanics. Dialogue, SOT, which is short for Shrinking Organism TASAO, Tasao. Interesting. I'll be curious to see what that's all about. Interior, searching, and spatial and temporal warping. Ooh, so we've got some interesting mechanics we're going to be checking out here today. I'll be really curious to see how these play out. Wasn't able to start the searching mechanic, but one day I'll have a proper demo of what I would have made if I didn't lose the first 3 days. P.S. Even with the extra 2 hours, I was unable to fix the dialogue. Okay, so we're going to keep that in mind as we move forward. Controls, we've got interact is going to be on our E key, and we can move around with our arrow keys, and we can continue our text with the C key. Okay, all right, good. Some more information here. Still in development. Yes, we've got a Unity game, and now let's hop right into it. Let's see if I can maximize this too once it loads up and in. Well, I'm not liking the way that the web one came out. Do we have a download we can do, or is it just a web-based? Let's check into that real quick. Let's go to the actual game page. All right, looks like we are going to be stuck with the web version. Okay, that's fine. We'll make the best of it. That's unfortunate. Normally there's like a little maximize button down here. All right, press E to start. Oh, man. Well, this is going to be really unfortunate. I don't know if we're going to be able to play this one. Press E by the... Yeah. Well, poop. Yeah, so it is just a an HTML game. No, nothing I can click on. Well, this is really unfortunate. I am starting to notice a pattern here that I think I'm going to need to switch up for future jams. So I think instead of doing blind playthroughs, I'm probably going to start playing these games as soon as they're submitted, just so that way I can pick up on any of these initial issues, because this is unfortunate, right? Like, there's a game here for us to play and check out, but due to the HTML limitations and how it was uploaded, I'm not going to actually be able to play it. So in the future, we'll play them firsthand so we can figure out issues like this, and then we'll be able to alert the devs ahead of time so that way they can make some adjustments for this. So we won't be able to play and rate this one right now. I'm going to get in touch with the dev and see if we can get something updated between now and tomorrow. I'll probably extend the voting deadline for myself, just so that way I'll be able to give this a fair playthrough and assessment and figure out what's going on there. So I do apologize, Petrified Guy, if you are watching the stream right now. It just doesn't look like I'm going to be able to play the game. Well, we can at least see some of this, right? Okay, so we've got some movement. This must be the guy who, saved us. Yeah, unfortunate. Okay. We're going to hope that we don't run into that with the other ones. Let's move on to Orbital Terraforming Project, submitted to us by Vic1211. Solo developer. The ship was pre-made, and this is their very first jam. All right. Terraform Command has reactivated the Orbital Terraform Terminal and assigned you to the TerraBlaster platform. From high orbit, you will scan unstable regions, deploy heat, water, and bioseed payloads, and push each hostile world toward habitability. Payload reserves are finite. Okay. Station stock is limited, and every launch decision reshapes a planet's future. Oh, okay. All right. So this is another strictly HTML platform. How to play. Ooh, oh, I do like this this intro screen right here. Cool. Following orbital payloads, analyze regions, stabilize systems, and grow biosphere coverage until the mission target is achieved. Let's just check out how to play real quick. Okay, so we're going to click a region on the planet to target it. We're going to use scan region to reveal diagnostics, then fire payloads strategically. Heat, we can raise the temperature. Water is going to increase the moisture. Seed boosts fertility, best in warm, wet regions. Okay. Drag the planet to rotate, pardon me, and inspect all sides. Reach target habitable percent before payloads run out. Okay, let's start our mission. So it looks like these are the planets. Active, active, active. These are the seeds. Okay, so we've got some randomly generated seeds for the planets. Cool. Regions 40, habitable. They are all not habitable. So which one do we want to mess with? Let's space station. Oh. Session funds 2,000. I+1 unit per click. Okay. So we've got 45 of each. I don't think we're going to need to buy any to start. Let's select this planet right here. Planet number 2. Oh, cool. Yeah, look at that. Oh, nice. I love that right there. That the ship is tied to the orbit. Oh, that's cool. Nicely done. Very nice. Okay. Target habitable, 55%. Current habitable, 0.0. So we have to get this up to 55. We have 135 payloads. We've got $2,000 in funds. No region selected. Okay, so we do have grid base. These are the different regions. Got our poles. Okay. So let's go ahead and scan this region. Ideal. So ideal is 36 plus. 40 plus improves seed percent. Temperature is at 25. Looks like the ideal growth range is between 38 and 80. So we are going to need to increase the temperature. 30 plus for sustained growth. 20 plus to avoid ecosystem stress. So we're going to be all set there. Atmosphere potential, long-term atmospheric support, higher values generally improve warming. Okay, so we're almost right in the middle. No green cover. We want 55% to get to our habitable. It is not habitable. Okay, so we need to increase the heat. Let's go ahead and fire that up. We've now increased to 40, so we're at least within ideal range. I think we're going to want that a little bit warmer, though. Okay, now as we're doing that, that is decreasing the moisture, but now we've got a slightly better temperature. Let's go ahead and seed. See what happens here. Okay, we've got 15% green coverage now. Nice. Flag colonization. Yes, when green cover. Now, is this just for this zone, or is that like total? Well, let's mess around with a couple more of these. Okay, so obviously, again, we're going to need to raise temperature and moisture. So there's our temperature up. That's going to decrease that. Okay. We're good there, so I think we can seed this now. Okay, good, good, good. We've got green coverage, 33%. Now this is up to 76. Oh, okay, so this is all running. So it is doing stuff in the background while we're doing other things. Interesting. Okay. Temperature and moisture needs to go up. 46.1. Let's give that one more because we are going to cool it down when we start launching some water at it. Perfect. Now we'll seed it. Green cover 16%. Yeah, these are going up. Okay, so this is habitable now. We are currently, the entire planet, though, is only at 5%. All right. Probably don't need to use those, but it probably wouldn't hurt if we hit that a little bit. Great. Awesome. Okay, we're at 100% here now. 100%. That's going to continue to move up. Let's work on these lower areas now, too. Temperature and moisture. Give it one more. One. Perfect. Seed it. All right, starting to get the hang of this, understanding what we're looking for here. Ooh, that might have been a little too hot. That'll be fine, though. This will be our tropical region. Okay, we're at 12.5. We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go. Oh, 30 plus for sustained growth. We need more fertility. So I think we want to, yep, okay, we want to hit that with another seed missile. There we go. Heat, water, fertility's up, so we can seed that. Good, good, good. Look at that. We are chugging right along. We're at 20% now. I wonder, do we need to do the poles? I mean, those typically are going to be relatively uninhabitable. We probably don't need to mess with those. We'll just keep going with like the chunk of the planet. Let's give you some more heat. You've got enough moisture. You've got enough heat. Let's seed it. Fertility's still low. We need 30 plus. Hit it again. Good. Heat. Heat and moisture are good. Seed it. Gonna have to seed that twice. Heat missile. Oh, I probably should have scanned that first. 37. Let's give you a little more water. Good, good, good. Seed you. Fertility 32. Okay, that's going to sustain. We're at 27.5. All our other regions are still looking good. All right, we've got 38. That's good there. Give you some more heat. Seed. Seed. We're good there. Heat. Got enough heat. Got enough moisture. Fertility. Boom. All right, we're at 35%. Let's keep it going. Give you some heat. We're over 30. Heat. Oh wow, look at that. This actually looks like it started to seed itself. Okay. I do like that everything else is also affected. Oh man. Had to really seed that one to get it up to 30. Nice. All right. Well, do we need to Oh, I think now that we've crossed it, we don't actually. Yeah. All right. So we're stabilized. It doesn't allow us to interact with it anymore. Okay. Look at that. Oh, even the pole up here started to seed itself and down here. Okay, cool. So now we can head back to the solar system. Look at that. All right. Okay, cool. I think we've seen enough of this in the mechanics that are going on here. Really, really cool. Very nice submission, Vic. So let's first talk about the game loop. What do we have going on here? So it looks like we're randomly seeding 3 different planets to kind of start with. The mechanics, as far as everything's concerned, they all kind of flow together. Everything made sense, right? So when we're checking everything out, you've got a decent game loop here. There's absolutely some things I could see that you could potentially add in um, to add to the replayability, to add to creating stakes for your player, because perhaps it does get a little bit more complex. But just kind of looking at this, right, this planet right here, this is very easy, right? You really just kind of have to scan around, figure out what's going on each region. There may be even a way, if you were to expand this into many, many more planets, but then allow perhaps some upgrades where you can do like just an entire scan of the planet, and then maybe there's some regions that the players should just absolutely avoid trying to seed and or get into a habitable zone to bring the planet up to what you're looking for. But yeah, there's a lot of good puzzle pieces here that can absolutely be used to expand this game loop even further. So as it stands, it's it's interesting. It's very good for like kind of demoing and showcasing what this game could be, where it can go. So good marks on your game loop there. We don't have to talk about theme because we actually completely got rid of theme this time around. So let's see, we had game loop concept. Um, yeah, I'd say just a straight up terraforming game. There's obviously lots of interesting crafters, survival crafters out there that take this concept to a higher level, but something where you're just focusing on figuring out how to create a habitable planet, and then even perhaps later in the game, maybe introducing colonizing and situations like that, and then maybe revisiting the planet in the future to see like, oh, how are all the colonists doing with all the work that I did? Is it working out for them? Do they need extra help and or assistance? So, pretty good there. I would say this is a unique perspective, and I did enjoy it. Um, Technical execution. I didn't run into any bugs. Everything seems to function very well. You've got very clean UI. I really do enjoy the way you've got the ship set to orbit the planet. So even as you're moving and spinning it, that all works. It might be interesting. I don't know how complex it would be with what you've got situated, but to also allow the player to flip the planet on its y-axis as well, not just the x-axis. And then you could even add some stuff in later too, where you've got different distances from their star of origin that would affect all that stuff. But I keep going back to the game loop and thinking of ways that you could expand on that. But yeah, technical execution, UI is clean, everything is readable. Um, your how to play was perfect. I do wish that we had some sound effects. Sound effects would absolutely go super far. Maybe a little bit more game juice. Um, like for example, when you're here, let's go back to the solar system and select a new planet. So you could do stuff like when you scan the region, right? Instead of just showing all the information, you could have like a little ping, a little animation go over it that kind of waves over that zone. That would be an interesting little thing you could add in. And then especially when you're launching like the missiles and whatnot, I do like this animation. I think that is good. That's kind of what I'm talking about with the scanning of the region, if it did something like that as well. But yeah, no, good job. Very nice job. Very, very awesome, especially for your first ever uh, game jam as well. One of the biggest things is just making sure that you complete stuff, right? You build, you experiment, you try, and you just never stop putting out content. There's a very age-old saying, and I wish I could remember who quoted this. And I think it was a rap artist that had actually said this, but the whole point is you have to get all of the crap out to get the gold. And not that I'm saying this is crap, right? That's not what I'm trying to insinuate here. But when you iterate more and more and you create more and more, you're going to get, all of the stuff out of the way. And then as you do that, you are going to start to touch on those nuggets of gold, which is then where you can expand and move further. So, nice job, Vic. Great work. Moving right along, we've got the Mini Mine next by Cherrybit. Let's check this out. So another solo developer, fresh made assets. This is not their first jam. Let's actually go to the itch page so we can check out a little bit more detail. So Mine, Mini Mine? No, little typo there. Not too big of a deal. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. One other thing. Vic. Thumbnails go a long way with game submissions as well. Definitely, if that's something that you struggle with, I would highly suggest taking some time to really get yourself antiquated with figuring out how to set up your thumbnails, and even some game images work as well too. Can be good stuff. Good stuff. But anyways, we're moving on to Mini Mine, submitted to us by Cherrybit. Game features production chains and one upgrade. This was made for We Be Jammin' number 9 Game Jam. Sadly, I didn't have enough time to include music and sounds in the game for the jam submission, so I suggest you adding some Dwarvish-like music in the background to play. Nice. So we could probably get like some Diggy Diggy Hole. That would be great. And if you've never heard Diggy Diggy Hole, definitely go listen to that. It is Dwarven rock, and it is great. The game doesn't have an endgame state, but consider the game beaten if you found gold ore. So we're going to see if we can find gold ore in our play session. All right, HTML platform. Let's run it. Let's see how to actually play. So maybe there'll be a little bit of a tutorial in here as we jump in. All right, cool. Welcome to the mine. Welcome, Brave Dwarf. Your goal is to expand and manage this mine. Dig deep, gather resources, and build your dwarven empire. Next, expand your mine. Click on undug tiles to dig and expand your mine. Each tile requires multiple clicks. Digging cost increases by 2 coins for every 2 tiles of distance from the center. Okay, so we do have some stakes there where we have to manage our expansion with our resources. Natural resource tiles automatically produce resources on every tick, every 6 seconds. I'm going to assume that that's what this little meter is that we see running up at the top. That's probably our tick meter. Having a road next to a natural resource tile doubles its production. Okay. Click on Dug Natural Resource Tiles to manually mine harvest resources. You can click natural resource tiles up to 10 times per tick for bonus resources. Ew. Okay, so here's our market. We need to sell resources to earn coins to then expand. Okay, use sell all to sell everything at once, or open the market to sell individual items and lock resources you want to keep. You're ready to start your mining adventure. Watch for messages that appear in the game. They will guide you as you progress. Good luck and happy mining. Thank you, sir. Okay, so right here, mine management. Hold on, let's close that real quick. Okay, new building unlocked. Masonry, a workshop for building stone-based resources. Build it next to roads. Okay. So that was just by clicking that. Okay, so every tick, these are going to produce stone for us. So yep, we can see that going up right there. And then this button here, this is what's going to bring open our mine management. So we can see how many tiles we have, how many dug tiles there are, how many natural resource tiles. Okay, we've got stone, total in inventory. Great. Production limits. Oh. Production will stop when the limit is reached. Now, I'm curious, why would we want to stop production? There's probably a reason for that. I don't see it immediately. And here's where we can check out our upgrades that we purchase. Visit the lamp icon in the bottom panel to buy upgrades. So I'm assuming that's what this is. Yeah. Okay. I do wish we had a little bit of a tooltip hover over here. I mean, these obviously are pretty self-explanatory. Love that. Okay, we can... Oh, good. Not losing any pixelation quality in the zooming in, zooming out. Very nice. Good touch. What is this? Okay, that's the market. I don't want to sell anything yet. What does this do? Demolish mode. Tap to demolish. We don't want to demolish anything. Not yet, at least. Okay, so then we can build stuff on these tiles. So it said roads next to natural resource tiles will produce faster. And then masonry we want to put next to a road. So if we put that here and then ran a road like this, that should help, right? Oh, you have to build the road first. Aha, gotcha. Must be connected to the mine shaft or another. Okay, so we have to start here. There we go. Good, it auto-corrects. Okay, perfect. So let's do that. And then we'll put our masonry right here. No recipe. Stone brick. Okay, now we're making stone bricks. Now we have a furnace, which is used to smelt ores into metal bars, build it next to roads. Great. Okay, but we only have stone right now, so we're going to have to start expanding. Let's see, where's my gold? Where? Oh, okay. We can only hold up to 200, and that was spent. All right, so now we're going to have to sell some stuff. I mean, we can probably sell all our stone, because we're producing it pretty well. 173 coins, good. That's... No? Wait. Did I not just sell all my stone? What happened? Interesting. So I think the sell all button might be broken. We're going to give that a second and try it again real quick. So if I do all, sell all. No, that worked that time. So what happened the first time? Huh. I don't know. But it seems to be working just fine now. So this is definitely a very tried and true incremental game. I bet we can sell our stone bricks for more, right? Got 4 of those, 20 coins. Okay, yep, that worked again too. Interesting. I don't know what happened that first time. Not enough coins. I do wonder. You know what? Maybe it would behoove us to have another stone mason, because then we could produce more bricks. I totally forgot to start the timer on this. I'm going to end up spending a lot of time on this just because it's an incremental. And believe it or not, I am absolutely a sucker for incremental games. We can't really do anything with a furnace yet. So let's build another mason. And at least this way now we're going to be able to create multiple stone bricks every tick. So that's going to give us more money to keep expanding our dwarven empire. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, stone. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. I can click these a whole bunch to increase that as well. There we go. At least now we've got a way to increase Our gold output. Or input? My kingdom for an auto clicker. Storage. New building unlocked. Oh, because we have max. Okay. Increases resource capacity by 500. Build it next to roads. Great. Awesome. Let's sell a whole bunch of these. Can I shift click this to go faster? Control click, right click? No. Something I definitely would recommend setting up for that is an incremental way to sell that. Okay, so that just didn't work again. What in the heck? I sold a whole bunch of stone and I didn't get any gold for it. So there is something going on there. I don't quite know what it is. 100 coins for storage. Wait, where did I lose? Oh, does sell all just sell everything that I have? Unless I lock it? Okay, interesting. So, I think we're going to start doing just the sell selected. I can't make that produce faster. Okay, we can at least increase our storage now. That's going to help out a lot. Now let's keep expanding, see if we can actually find some ores, and then start working on... Oh, here we go. Items and equipment, build it next to roads. Great. All right, so I think this is iron ore now, if I had to guess. So let's open this up. Oh, geez. Oh, no, that's coal. Okay. What are you? You just a wall? I don't think I'm going to be able to bring my road around the way I wanted to. Let's try this direction. Nope. Oh, man, we are really blocked off from building a road on the other side of those. Can I actually get around this way? Maybe. What do these sell for? 56. Oh, no, there's another wall right here. Dang it. I wonder if I can demolish these. No, can't. Oh, well. 1,000 for better pickaxes. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before we get to that. I guess maybe we're gonna swing our road around like this. I really wanted to get it on the other side of this so we could increase our coal output, but that's just not gonna happen. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, gosh darn it. More coal. There's a wall there. We can't demolish the walls. Okay, so we're going to bring our road straight through here. That's going to maximize our coal output there. Good. Let's turn demolish off, and let's start building some road. I'm actually starting to understand the importance of limiting production because, well, we've only got 700 spots, and we're going to be producing a lot of stuff. All these walls here, though. Okay, we're kind of pinholed there. More coal. Good. I think we're going to keep expanding in one direction to see if we can get to the iron faster. we need more storage? We can't do anything with our furnace yet. And we don't have any iron, so we can't do anything with a blacksmith yet. More stone. Oh, what did we find here? Dwarven camp. A camp for the dwarven workers. Build it next to roads. Wait, are we... Oh, we are actually getting a resource from that. What is it? Food? Just mushrooms in general? 1 coin each. Oh, we've got... We can burn through that coal there. We'll find more. But this is good now. I'll be able to run a road up this way. I think... Was there a way to automate selling? Oh, yeah. I think it was from the mine management, right? Production limits. No, I guess we can't automate the selling. That would be a cool little quality of life thing that that you could potentially add to this in the future. Especially for an incremental game. It's starting to get really expensive to move further out, and we still haven't found any iron. Capacity 5 out of 200. Oh, because that's only... I gotcha. We got to drop this. There we go. So the next thing, or the next building, hopefully we'll be able to find... Not enough coins? Oh, it takes exactly 200. There we go. So what does the dwarven camp get us? I know it said, but my mind kind of missed it. Ah, so it's definitely, it's affecting all the resources here. Is it increasing this up to 4? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, that's what it looks like it's doing. Okay. Oh, nope. Why can't it? Oh, because I don't have any money. Wait, so what if I plus 200? Wait, can I just give myself money by doing that, or does it smart sell things? That... Not sure what happened there. Storage is full. Storage is full. Oh, yeah, it does. It looks like it does auto sell. Okay, so that's going to be a lot quicker. I like that. I wish I had figured that out sooner. Still looking for iron. Because eventually we need to find a building. Oh my gosh, we found iron. There we go. Okay, and I think we're going to put a dwarf camp here to increase that iron storage. Or not storage, but to increase the amount of iron that we get. Okay, great. Now we can bump up a bunch more. Quick build storage. I don't want a quick build. Could probably do a furnace now. We need iron ingots. Coin vault. Ah, there we go. Okay. We are in business. Let's get another road going here. We'll put our coin vault here. Not enough. Oh, we don't have enough iron ingots yet. How many did it say? 20. All right, well, we'll let that chill for a second. We'll do some more mining while we're waiting. So I should probably start expanding the other direction now. And I think we are going to need to set a production limit on our stone. I love it, because at the beginning I was like, what are we going to need a production limit for? Ha 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 ha. Okay, all right. So we've definitely spent a lot of time on this, but obviously you can see it's got a really good hook to it. As far as incremental games go, I am an absolute sucker for incremental games, and I love, situations and setups like this. Must have sold our iron ingots, which is why you do this. So now it's not going to sell our iron ingots. Okay, so I'm really starting to see how everything functions and flows and works together. So let's talk about the game loop. You have an addictive game loop here, as is the goal of an incremental game, right? Because you need the player to want to just keep doing the stuff and the things. So as far as your game loop's concerned, you've got a lot of really good stuff working here that's all working very well together to produce a nice, fun little dwarven mining game. As far as the original concept goes, there really isn't any shortage to mining games there. I'd honestly say they're really in a point right now where there's just so many of them, and that's not a bad thing, right? I absolutely love mining games. I can't tell you why. I do. I yearn for the mines for some reason. But so I can't really say, while that in itself is an original concept, what you've done here, situating, the ticks for your resources, building out your roads, trying to meander around, but then also giving me the ability to destroy resource nodes to better facilitate and situate is really good. So I'd say, looking at it from an original standpoint, this is a pretty original idea for how to manage the incremental aspect of it and how to set it up as, another mining game. So let's talk about the technical execution. Really good tutorial in the beginning, kind of explained everything, which was good. I think maybe a little bit more tutorialization in what I like to call the show, don't tell. So, for instance, as you're going through things, actually guide... Oop. No, I think I just let it tick too many times with a full storage. So that's another good thing to talk about for the technical aspect of the game there. So there were a couple bugs that I did encounter. So the first one was that weird one with like the sell all, where it would sell all the resources but then not give me any gold. I do like the auto sell setup button that you had situated. But again, situating it more so you show the player how to play the game instead of telling them how to play. What's a good example of that? So when we're getting situated and set up and building the roads, you could probably have it tutorialize like, all right, so build a road here, and then you highlight the nodes to have the player actually click and then build the road, and then you can be like, see, now that the road is next to it, you're going to increase your resources, right? So it takes that tutorial screen from the beginning. So instead of overloading the player with information, the first few steps of the game introduce them to all of your mechanics. And it's also a nice, fun way to just kind of expand the gameplay itself. It works really well for game jams. It works really well for demos because you've got like the whole play right there already set. So other than that, really, really awesome, great project. I love playing through this, and I hope to see more work from you because this was really cool. All right. Moving right along, we've got the Astro Dasher. This was submitted by a solo developer, not their first jam, and I definitely would say from a lot of what we're seeing here, they're probably pretty experienced. So this will be pretty cool to check out. Yeah, it looks like they threw this into quite a few jams too, so they've got a lot of eyes on this project. There are 3 special events in-game: Meteor Shower, Gold Rush, Hyperbolic Nebula. There are 2 boosts in the game, Lightning Force and Shield. There's 1 boss in the game, the Overseer. Green crystals give you 3 points, gold ones give you 20. Click to change direction. Goal: survive as long as you can and get as many points as you can to be first one ever. So there's probably either a personal leaderboard or something situated in that as well. And we've got some development log there. Pretty cool. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready. We're going to hop right on in. Run Galaxy. Okay, we've got a way to turn our sound on and off. Oh. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm liking that. I'm going to turn my volume down just a little bit. It should be good for the stream. I've got the mixer down. All right, so let's see. Need interceptor prototype. I'm going to assume this is just going to be the color of our ship, maybe, because then this is our difficulty, easy, normal, hard. Really clean UI here, liking that. Let's start our engines. Oh yeah, look at that, I'm blue. Okay, so we're just going to move back and forth. Nice. Oh, that's probably a boost. Oh, that's a bad guy. Can we get there? Nope. Ah, dang it. I clicked too many times. Okay, I figured it out. So that bar fills up, and that's what causes us to shoot. Let's see if we can finagle through there. Get that power up. Yeah. Nice. Danger Overseer. It's gonna be a little tricky to actually hit him. Come on, shoot. Ah, he moved. What a jerk. I do appreciate the fact that I can completely play this game with one hand. Ah, dang it. I made a critical error. Let's play through this one again. This is fun. Space Storm. Ah, missed it. Oh, that was a bomb. Okay, so you're not supposed to hit those. I thought that was a power-up. Whoopsie. Okay, yeah, so those are bombs. Don't crash into those. I'm not going to try and get that power-up. Oh, that's the power-up. Okay, yeah. The mines and the power-ups are definitely... They look different. I would say you probably want to change the colors, though. So that way, something that you don't want your player to run into doesn't look like a power-up. Oh my god. Panic clicked. Alright, one more. Did so good that first run. Oh my gosh, I just missed every single one of those. And again. The accidental clicks are killing me. Nope, not gonna make it. Mega Gold Rush. There we go. Ah, missed it. Oh, that was a bomb, and that took my shield away. Yep, not a power-up. Not a power-up. Let's see if I can get another shield power-up somewhere. Come on, Mr. Overseer, come back over here so I can hit you. Oh, so it looks like the more of those that I get, the more I can shoot. Oop. There we go, got my shield back. We're going to need that shooting power up again, because we're actually hurting him. You can see in the top right corner. Oh, yeah, nice. Let's see if we can get him again. Ah, he moved. Gotcha. Oh, you are almost... You're going to get it. You're going to get it. Oh, he moved. Got him. So I wonder if that just gives us a huge point boost, and if he comes back or not. But we're starting to get our rhythm now. Pew, 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 pew. This is a really interesting and fun take on the Infinite Runner. Yep, alright, he is back. Hey, quit your moving. I wonder if we can get bonus shields. Probably not. But we want this, though. Ah! There goes my shield. Oh, cool, but there's another one right here. He's a tricky little customer. Oh, almost got him. Here we go. Pew, 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 pew. Get you on the next one. Ah. Whoa. Come on. Come over here. Get hit. All right. That was a lot of fun. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of let it run while we talk about our closing thoughts for this one. So, really, really cool. I love the take on the Infinite Runner with the space theme. You've got a really awesome soundtrack in the background. You know, it's simple. It works for what's going on. I like the power-ups, how they function, how they work. Everything is pretty clean. The game loop, very to the point, very straightforward. You know, nothing here that you really need to, get confused about, I guess. The only thing that I don't like, and well, I can't really talk about this for game loop, but yeah, for the game loop, everything works, right? It's perfect. Great take on the Infinite Runner. Simple controls. You can play it with one hand. This is a great time waster. I think it even says that this is a great mobile game. And yeah, I'm right there with you. This is perfect for a mobile game, a time waster, as I like to call them. And, you know, time wasted is not wasted time. So let's talk about the original concept. Now, obviously, things that are Space Vader-esque are not necessarily anything new. Infinite Runners aren't necessarily anything new. But I think your take on this, the simple controls, the back and forth, having a boss that you can interact with, but realistically, the boss isn't so much there to be something that you have to take out as more just a nuisance that if you are able to finagle, especially with the power-ups, those purple ones work really well for that. You do get a nice point boost if you are able to take him out. And then, of course, he just comes back again. So you can obviously see where there's a lot of room to add and increase the playability to this game. More bosses, different bosses with different mechanics, things like that. So really cool in that department. Technical standpoint, did not run into any UI errors. Everything seems to be working well. The power-ups are working as they're intended. The only thing that I would even like look at and be like, is that the shield power-up and the mines that you can run into, their coloration, they are drastically different, right? Like they really are. And once you've kind of been playing it you can see it much better. But I would say for ease of access, you might want to change the color that they pulse so it doesn't match your other power-ups, your shield power-up. But that's the only thing I could really even say is like from a technical aspect that might want to change and adjust. I do like that you can turn the sound on and off. That's always a really, really good feature to have. I would love the option to be able to control the level of volume. That would be something that you could add for a little bit more flavor and a little bit more accessibility for your players. But other than that, very nice entry. Thank you so much. That was really cool, really fun to play through. And next up, we've got Cat Burglar Rush. All right, so for Cat Burglar Rush, we've got a solo developer, some pre-made assets being used, all credits on the project page, which is what we like to see. Make sure you give credit where credit's due. No, this is their second jam, but this is the first one where they're proud of the result. Okay, cool. Great, great, great. You are proud of this result, so I'm very excited to play this. Okay, Cat Burglar Rush is a 2D endless runner where you play as a sneaky cat collecting food while avoiding dogs and birds. Controls: tap space for a small jump, hold space for a higher, longer jump. It's an early demo. Start menu and polish will be added later. Changed engine from Unity to Godot. Okay, so the things I learned during this production: animation of the sprite, use of parallax background and floor, use of chance in a spawner, background music that keeps looping, sound effects for pickups, dogs and birds. Speeding up the longer you play. What I still have planned for the game: more enemies, more food items, high score, and how much higher your score is, how fast your start speed will be. Can choose a different coat for the cat. All right, so we'll get some skins in there. Fantastic. Great, great, great. So here's all the credits for what we've got going on in the game. Now, here's another cool thing. We've got a development log. These are always really nice to see, so that way you can kind of see, what's going on in the dev's head as they're working through this. So this is a really good practice to get into, and I'm really glad to see that you are already doing it, especially as you're switching your development engine from Unity to Godot. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be different, even though there's going to be some things similar, but always good to have devlogs. So love that. Let's go ahead and run our game. Since this is web-based, we should be all set. We won't have to worry about my Godot playthrough. All right, interesting the way it situated itself to the top left, but it looks like I've got the full play screen, so we're not too worried about that. Aw, look at that cat. It's so cute. I love the running animation and the tail flip. There's our jump. Look at the doggy. Oh boy. All right, so we got to get the fish, but then we got to do a big jump over the dog. Oh no. Okay, good. I was wondering what the hitbox was going to be for the dog. So it looks like we can hit a little on the back. Let's stress test that. Okay. So it looks like the hitbox is at least to the mid of the dog. Okay, we can turn sound on and off. Love it. Love to see that. We're gonna try and stress test this just one more time. Oh, that's not a stress test. That was just right on the dog. All right, maybe we won't stress test where the hitbox is. But I will say, from that first jump that I took, the fact that I did collide with the dog a little bit on their tail end, that's a generous... Oh, I did it again. Landed right on the mid. Okay, we're good. I figured this out. I got this now. Wait for it. Jump! Yeah, so you can clip into the tail of the dog. That is a good forgiving hitbox. I think that fish is a trap. So we're going to avoid that fish. Jump over the dog. I think we're also going to avoid that milk. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Yeah. That we love hitboxes that do have some generosity to them. Do a short little jump there. And a big jump. Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to make this leap over that dog if we went for that milk carton. We'd probably do a short jump for that one, though. This one's going to be tricky. Oh, nice. I think I jumped too soon. Oh, thank you, generous hitboxes. Woo! So that is something that I do talk about a lot in some of the other submissions we've had over the time that we've been doing this. When you're making hitboxes for your player, it is, in my humble opinion, better to err on the side of being generous than being on the side of, like, realistic. Because you're going to find that, especially in gameplay, right? Well, first off, it's a game, right? So it's not realistic. But you want there to be a fun factor that isn't hindered by super precision. Unless, of course, that's what you're going for. If it is a very, very precise platformer, and that's the whole point of it, then yeah, you probably want to be a little bit more aggressive with your hitboxes. But this is perfect. I love where you've got the hitboxes for the dogs, the enemies for this. Let's talk about some of the other things going on. Loving the parallax. It's working really well to give you that infinite run feeling. I'm trying to figure out if the buildings are parallaxing or if it's just the buildings further behind. Yeah, no, you know what? It is moving slower than the road, so there is some parallax going on there. It probably could be a little bit cleaner. There's just like a little bit of a disjointed feeling between the buildings on the sidewalk and the road. Like it almost feels like the sidewalk in front of the buildings is moving a little bit faster than them. So I'm not sure if the fix for that would be to adjust the building speed to be a little bit more in line with the road, or to maybe put some hash marks in the sidewalk in front of the buildings, and then that'll help keep the illusion. And that'll also help you kind of visually determine what speed to have those moving at when you're playing at it. Because you'll be able to just visually see it a little bit more where it's all lining up. Nice. This is super relaxing. I'm enjoying this. You know what? I'm glad you're proud of this one. You should be proud of this one. There are a lot of cool things going on here. Oh. Okay, yeah, so talking about those generous hitboxes. Looks like the hitbox is pretty generous towards the back end of the dog, but maybe not so much the front. Not sure what happened there. But anyway, so let's talk about this game. So, as far as your concept, your core concept, your game loop, everything's here, everything works. You know, you've got the infinite runner, you've got the parallax to help create the illusion of running, you've got a really fun kitty cat animation, the dogs look great, and the way everything's working and moving together, love it. So the game loop is there. It's fun. It's fun, it's addictive. This is another really good example of a great time waster game. I think Unicorn Dash really set the bar for infinite runners quite a while back. I think that was originally a Flash game, and that's kind of where the genre really got its what's the word I want to use here? Where it really got the spotlight shown on it, and you know, you've obviously seen iterations of that and other things, but you've got all the necessary pieces here, so you've got a great game loop. Good job. Creativity as far as original concept. Yeah, I've never done an infinite runner where I'm a cat running along the street, dodging dogs, dodging birds, trying to catch the food items. Although I do think it's a little bit weird, maybe, that a cat is dodging birds. I'm pretty sure that they tend to like to catch the birds. At least they do around here in my neighborhood. But, you know, it's an enemy. It's something that your player has to avoid. It gives you the ability to put an enemy that's in the air that you have to watch out for with jumping. So I understand why you did it, and I think that's good. It was a good choice. So, technical execution. Everything's very clean. There's nothing that I'm really looking at that I think could necessarily use improvement. We did talk about maybe adjusting some of the background art just to help with that parallax a little bit. But other than that little detail between the street and the first round of buildings, the parallax you've got running in the background with the clouds and the bigger buildings, that's moving at a really good speed, really good clip. So that ends up working out really well. I would like to see the ability to adjust the sound settings, but the fact that you do have the ability to turn the sound off and on as you're going, perfect. Great job. So yeah, nice work. Very, very good. You should be proud of this one. I'm proud of you. And last up, we've got Space and Blast. Now, Space and Blast, I don't believe there's a web version of this, so I did have to download it. We'll be popping that open in just a second as soon as we go through everything. Another solo developer. Assets are fresh. So, we want to go to the game page. Where is it? View the game page. All right, so this was submitted by Pay Studios. Also submitted to quite a few other jams. But again, we didn't have a theme restriction for this one, so it's totally fine that people did submit to multiple jams because they are still within the parameters and the rule set for what we had going on here. All right, Space and Blast story. It's the 70s, and you are a part of a secret group, the SSSP. Their mission is to find aliens. You are a normal employee there, and one day you were lucky you can test a new spaceship. But when you fly, you accidentally fly to a part of space where many asteroids fly. Now you will be rescued, but you have to defend yourself. So there's only one ending, or two if you count crashing into asteroids. Fair enough. There are 4 different power-ups. The game will be updated regularly, plus other versions of the game, and even maybe some DLC that will also be free. Warning, this is an early access game. VHS not included yet. Wait, you actually going to include a VHS with this game? Does anybody even have a VHS player anymore? I mean, I still have VHSs. They're in storage, but gosh, I don't think I've actually seen a VHS player in a very long time now. Speaking of VHSs, just for a nice little flex, for those of you who also share my advanced age, I have an original VHS copy of the original animated Hobbit movie. Yeah, I am that old. But anyways, let's move on from that. So we've got some development logs for the updates and bug fixes. Okay. Yeah, we already checked it. Space and Blast, let's play. Oh, let's minimize this. Okay, arrow keys move. All right, so we've got drift. Oh, those are enemy ships. Okay. Oh, and they split. That's fun. Oh, was not expecting that. They split multiple times. All right, we can move forward. We can't move back. Good to know. All right, so it's like a take on asteroids. Woo. Hey, excuse me, sir. You're not allowed to hide inside of asteroids. That's not fair. I do like how I can abruptly stop my ship's movement. That is a nice quality of life. Oh! Yeah, you got me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the formula's here, right? It's a very simple version of asteroids. With a couple different takes on it, right? Like, obviously, this isn't the old school polygons. We've got a little bit more graphic going on here. But the classic, you know, shoot the asteroids, they split into smaller versions. And, of course, we've got some spaceships that seem to be spinning out of control in this quadrant as well, and they are not friendly. Hey, don't you shoot at me. Pew, pew, pew. I don't like how many times those ships split, though. That is dangerous. Now, when I say I don't like it, not from a development standpoint, from a player standpoint, it's terrifying. What do we got here? I think this is the spread. Yeah, spread. Shoot everywhere. I love how there's a little timer to let you know how long you have access to your power-up. That's perfect. Oh, hey, that was close. I do also very much appreciate that, yeah, you can stop movement. So you have the, you have the inertial drift, which obviously you'd expect in space. And then you can just hold on the back key, or the down arrow key. Oh, that was close. To prevent you from moving, which is great. That's a heart. Does that give us another life? Or does that make us invulnerable for... We're going to test this. I just want to see. Okay, yep. That's invulnerability upgrade. Or power up. Cool. All right. Well, I think we've probably seen just about everything that we have to see here. So let's start talking about what we've got going on here. So, your game loop. It is asteroids. You've touched perfectly onto what asteroids is. Everything is here that you would expect for a game of that type. I like the power-ups. It adds a nice, fun little aspect to it. And then obviously when you have power-up systems in games like this, that gives you some really cool creativity to add some interesting things that can keep your player engaged and wanting to play more and do more cool stuff. I probably shouldn't be trying to actively play this while I'm talking, though, because I am focusing. All right, so game loop. Yep, you've got everything here that you need for a successful game loop. Good asteroids game. Creativity, original content. I mean, it's asteroids, right? There's only so much you can do with asteroids to be original. So you've got all the key components there that one would need and or expect in a game such as this. So where you've made some changes, or where you've taken some creative licenses with those power-ups, right? And that's really where you're going to be able to draw your originality from, right? Because obviously asteroids has existed forever. There's thousands of iterations of asteroids. So when we think about that, the idea is you're trying to do something that no one else has done with that game to make it interesting. And I think your power-up system is perfect. That's where you'd be able to actually do that and have something a little bit more original than just an asteroids game. So let's talk technical execution. We've got some really nice sound effects. The asteroids are clean. The physics are pretty clean. You've got your inertial drift that you can halt and stop with your back key. Didn't run into any errors. Everything seems to be working. Obviously, I would love to have a main menu that I can access while I'm in the game, not just from the start. I'm pretty sure there was a main menu at the start. Let's just rehash on that real quick before I say something that's either false or not. Yeah. So it would be great if you could hit the escape key or something to like get back to this menu. And then this is where you would also include like your settings menu to adjust the volume, right? But other than that, I mean, everything's good. I think the only thing you could probably do with to add a little bit more juice to this would be to have some kind of background track looping, because you've got really good sound effects. These are working well. And then maybe a little bit more juice for when you pick up a power-up would be pretty cool too. That could be something that you could add in as well, just for a little extra flavor, a little extra pizzazz, and cool stuff. But other than that, very, very good, very nice, super simple, to the point, but it gets the job done. And, oh, I don't think we've seen this one yet. Well, not sure what that power-up did, but that was a new power-up. Yeah, but hey, nice job, awesome job, really good game. And I will say for everyone, everybody that we had submit, thank you guys so much. These were really, really fun to play through. I'm gonna have fun going through these again off camera, so I can give you a little bit more in-depth and rate these games appropriately. I do feel bad that I wasn't able to actually play Omni Precinct. Part of me wants to just try it again real quick. Maybe there was a function for increasing the size here that I just didn't see. Nah, it doesn't look like it. All right, I'll have to get on the horn with Petrify Guy and see if we can figure that out, because I like what you've got going on here. Like, this all looks really cool, so I want to play this. I want to see what you've got going on, and I want to also be able to give you a fair review and give you some feedback for your game as well. So, because you guys take the time to participate in these jams, you put in all this hard work. So I do want to make sure that I'm, doing my part. I'm putting in the hard work to also make sure that I'm able to play through your game and give you some feedback that will hopefully help you become a better developer, help you expand on a project that you're working on, things like that, right? So thanks again, guys. This was great. This was We Be Jammin' number 9. If you had fun checking this out, please join our Discord community. We're not just for game devs. We are trying to get more people who just play games and want to help build the community and want to help give feedback to these developers as they're, going through the stages of putting in their reps and putting games out there and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So if that's something you're interested in, absolutely join us, hit us up, be a friend, be a pal. But other than that, guys, my name is Grimmy, this is Grimlight Games, and this has been We Be Jammin' number 9. We'll be hitting off We Be Jammin' number 10 starting next month, and hopefully we'll have some fun new things in store for you. Thanks so much for joining me today, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.